darkness it blinds, pulling down from above, pushing from below. How's one supposed to know which way to go? Can I trust myself? Not the demons inside me.
So my name's Cleve Willis. I started practicing yoga probably about 13 years ago, Bikram yoga in particular. I was a professional musician for many, many years and was able to travel and do some really great things over the years. And I'd always done yoga in between shows and touring, etc. As I started getting a little further in music, I had a roommate who was successful in music, and him and his friends moved back from LA, and I knew he was a junkie, but he was sober. You know, my roommate was, OD'd on heroin, and I found him, and mouth to mouth resuscitation, nothing more than, and he passed away. So it's funny, that night when I found my roommate, I was on the verge of relapsing and using again, finding drugs again, alcohol, anything really. I was like just having a hard time with that because I didn't know what to do with that information or the situation, and really my roommate had passed away, but here I am, the one living with the situation. So I didn't realize, so it was really weird. That was really mentally a weird place to be. They kept getting me, taking me to class, and I didn't really understand it. I didn't know what they were doing and why they were making me go to these classes with them. It was really just to get me out of my head. Instead of going to drugs or alcohol, let's take you to the yoga studio. Addicts have this unintentional way of feeling self-loathing and self-destructive and just sort of less than, really, as less than human, which is sad but true. It's what we all feel, we're not good enough kind of thing. So if we have that feeling and we want to fill it up with something, so drugs and alcohol always filled it up until it finally didn't work. And when even though I was clean and I was going through these emotional life changes with my roommate passing and all this other stuff, it was just kind of the perfect storm. So either A, I was going to go use again, or two, because of the influence of some positive friends taking me to yoga, after a short period of time, a very short period of time, I just realized that yoga was starting to distract me from that negative, and then it actually started filling some of that void. The very nature of being an artist or a musician is to be not grounded, and one thing the yoga did was ground me. But even in that grounding, I wanted to take it, how far can I get my bow, or how far can I take this posture, and I just want to, you want instant gratification, which is also an addictive behavior kind of thing. So you want to be immediately great at it, or screw this, Now the whole goal is to cultivate kindness, which again, as an addict, you beat yourself up. So now through yoga and other things, I try to cultivate kindness and love for myself, which is not easy, And with that being said, I have learned in the postures to not, as much as possible, let my ego get in the way. Because I know for me, when I came in, the excess, or I see other people doing it as a teacher or a student in the room, people wanting to just get their standing bow. And I keep using that as an example. It seems to be the one that people, and I'm like, oh my God, let it go. It's okay. Go this far. You're going to get everything out of it. You're going to get more out of it if you go this far. And then over time, maybe you'll get deeper. Your relationship with yourself changes within the postures over time. Because some of that stuff's always creeping up. The ego's creeping up. Hey, how you doing? Okay, cool. I know you're here. Let me put you over here so I can, or hey, let me, create a little different relationship with you, ego. And maybe I can not feed into you as much. And maybe I can be kinder to myself. So freedom, I think, is the ultimate. But I think that we always try to achieve that. Just like when doing drugs and alcohol, the ultimate goal is to find that euphoria, that moment where you don't feel, where you only feel numb, but you're still feeling enough not to feel anything else. So here, free from ego. I mean, I think if you can get to that place, you can open up, you can just be more open, more vulnerable. And with all that, yes, you can be more creative and all that stuff. And it's funny because that's what I've been going through lately is not as much creative stuff in my life. And recently I started getting more creative. Music, of course, for me. I want to start drawing again, which I haven't done in years, and I still haven't yet. But I want to. It's on the list, I just want to find those things, and I started acting a little bit a couple years ago, and I'm doing some indie films here and there, and I find a lot of creativity in that. And it's all because allowing myself to be open, and the yoga has brought that to me. Because before, like I said, with music, it was always tunnel vision. There was just nothing else. No relationships outside of family, and it was self-centered ego, a guy singer, vocalist on stage, which of course I loved and I even miss very much. And now I have a different relationship with music, and that's because of yoga and where I've gone from yoga into other personal spiritual stuff for me has allowed me to open up in different ways. And right now, that's what I'm really working on, is trying to stay open and vulnerable, cultivate that kindness and love myself, and allow myself to be in that moment. When you're home and you're working with other musicians, or whether it's art or whatever you're doing, yoga included, I think there's an absolute art to yoga. And in that, you're being creative with your body, where you can take it safely, hopefully, and the transformations that happen, just like maybe a song, when you recorded it and then you go start playing it live, while you keep the integrity of it, you can change it up a little bit. Same with, drawing, you have the freedom, or writing, or a posture, with it, as long as the integrity of the posture, for me, meaning alignment, where can I go with this? Mentally and physically, and that's important to me, and that openness.
Separated by the hands, fractured as we pour.